Can force XANTARES out of the way. Only a couple of shots in from the Glocks in the ERP refacing to the entire T-side force, and XANTARES indeed does pick up first blood, pick up Buster, they kick things off on the right foot. Calyx going to try and see if he can follow suit, challenge YEKINDAR, but unable to get the full-on frag towards him. The headshots missing out a little bit around the crosshair placement. XANTARES also not as 100% fantastic on a second kill, so Qikert and Flick get those two trades, 4 versus 3. VP have the bomb down.
Now, going to be a difficult retake for Eternal Fire. No one's coming in from that banana position, and for Flit, he's already got that area of the map under control, so just some jiggle peaks is going to give that information straight away that everyone's going to be coming out from that spawn area.
Well, Dooley's over on Immor's going to try to see if he can play forward face here, and the entry is in to try and get the bomb site back under CT control. YEKINDAR does get overwhelmed by imoR, so it's a 3 versus 3. But Jame pops out, finds XANTARES, challenges imoR close, and that ends up paying for it. woxic gets a kill back on Qikert, so it's back to the favor of the CT forces. But imoR is so low and peeking out very aggressively, manages to find the triple and manages to find the pistol.
We're at least going to be fine for YEKINDAR. He'll be able to get an AK forward if we're able to get bomb down, or even a Galil in that next round. So it's not the heaviest of investment. There still could be some damage being done.
Smoke at the ready. XANTARES trying to block them as soon as they take contact against the Calyx. Smoke up before contact even is established. Can trade back and forth in terms of the damage. Overall, it's Eternal Fire that come out on top. Solid start against these rifles, or these pistols, I should say. The rifle of Buster tagged up heavy. Might want to pass that off to Flit, and that's exactly what he does.
Yeah, so we've seen a few people take hold of it, and I guess that does help because you've got 3 players with Kevlar. The Qikert could take that first point of call, Buster can do the second, and then, all right, they get tagged up. Let's give it over to Flit. It seems as if they're going to end up at this B side. There could be a quick rotating from woxic and CT spawn. Another resmoke. That's really well timed.
I think it might be a bit off to the far right, though. There might be a gap on that left-hand side. Apparently not. Actually, that's fine. Nades back. Damage should be done. XANTARES gets away with the kill, and a double up against YEKINDAR. Flit will also drop. Triple up for XANTARES. woxic gets an assistance kill. And Jame stands alone in the 1 versus 5 bomb out in the open. And yeah, this is kind of the way things kind of could have gone. You would have. XANTARES has his one set and ready to try baiting VP. No resistance held, and Eternal Fire have done some relatively decent research. They know that a VP are going to go for this kind of a play. You can bait in Qikert, do some early damage. The Molotovs will do more, so the nades back to spray through. Calyx will find Qikert. Flit and Jame took some damage as well. The bomb trying to cross to the site, but the incendiaries will suppress the bomb plant position. Meanwhile, a backstab in from mid from imoR will allow a bit of a setup coming in. XANTARES unable to deal with Jame, who counteracts him and gets the bomb planted.
Yeah, that was unnecessary. They had so much util to work with. imoR's got that backstab. Should be able to at least catch off one. Could even multi-frag.
YEKINDAR caught by those sprays. imoR does find himself 2 picks in the end. YEKINDAR can train him at last to a 2 versus 2. And Buster held back behind our archers. woxic in over at the construction entrance over at Coffins. Eyes set, smokes down, no gaps this time. YEKINDAR will blind fire anyway and catch woxic for damage. Buster's been detected though, just spotted, but not damaged up here by that engagement. Time is starting to tick away for Eternal Fire. They have 1 kit in play. woxic on a sight though's got to stay alive. And indeed he does. And XFlower will get at least 1 trade back on Buster, but time is way too far ticked. He'll smoke on the bomb. He hasn't got the kit though, and he won't win the fight, but he won't win the round.
Eternal Fire, honestly, that came...
Play the defensive lines. Qikert. And Galil forcing forward, incendiaries. Extinguished by smokes at new box. Calyx will wait back. Kira smoke comes in towards Cross and Coffins from the VP line. 30 seconds. They're trying to draw rotations away. They will get imoR to rotate back. YEKINDAR takes his engagement. Doesn't quite come out successful for it. So, indeed, it can be a kill coming in for the CT forces. But heavy damage sustained on imoR and woxic. Nades back to XCloud. Not quite as successful. The AWP still watching, but Flit finally takes him down. XCloud quick to follow, but imoR's on the side. 10 seconds. Remaining quiet, waiting for the bomb planter to try and look for the plant itself. But where is he? In the midst of all these individuals. Planting safe behind the boxes. The spray for imoR's going to reveal his position. And that's a smart play for Virtus.pro to get the 3-on-2.
Eternal Fire might not even go for this. They're backing off, and that's classic VP right there. For any of the viewers that's been watching all the group stage and all the plans, they've never seen VP before for some reason. That's VP right there, getting the bomb down with about 5 seconds left on the clock. And you're right, Jay. They didn't have time to clear out the site. So just look at where those kills come in. Flit deals with what? The AWP that's on an off angle just out from default. Another kill comes into pit. They haven't cleared out that site, but they've got a moto smoke down. So they plant on the other side of default. So in case there is someone on the side, there's no way that bomb goes down. We don't see plants in that spot very often at all.
It's a great level of foresight as well.
And even woxic's gonna get peeked down for that left-hand side. Easy kill for YEKINDAR.
SMG will still get away with 2 kills and even tag up the next couple of players behind him. Orp now in his sights, and imoR has recovered himself the brackets control. 4-on-3. And VP forced to fall back.
Yeah, that was a perfect recovery to the round. We see the way that woxic gets peeked in very early on, and imoRR just stepping up. VP running through the bracket smoke, and imoRR on the other side of it.
Nades doing damage to XFloud. Sprays through the FAMAS, hoping to catch Flit ahead of this smoke. There's a player out towards quad who could be detected. I don't think Flit has vision just yet. He'll fall back away into the apartments. Try and draw their attention away from position still. imoRR's going to be their big challenge. There is a flashbang that they can use to try blind him off. It doesn't land over on the short control. Smoke down long, shot on Qikert. Jame spotted out as well. XStyle trying to provide some support now. USP will try chase him, but Flit gets the kill back in. AWP, a known entity. imoRR will try keep them at bay as backup tries to get into position on the A site. The flashes and incendiaries should force imoRR back out. The bomb can go down.
This is still winnable for VP, but they need a pick, and they need one in quick. Jame with the AWP, he's trapped in the site. He has to hold that Flit is going to be able to get his short side.
Oh, that nade lands so much damage on Jame. 19 points of health now. Warp looking in, headshot seen. Flit couldn't connect it though. Now they have the info. Continuing the face, and the AWP just spots him, gets the wall bang. James completely exposed. The shot misses out for the CT AWP, and now the rest of them close in. It's XANTARES with the final pick of the round, but imoRR with another massive round from him. A quadra in this one. Eternal Fire find 3-all. Still in this series, maybe we underestimated them. Incendiaries down, the AWP of Jame, catching that first player of imoRR, jumping up to look for info, and that cost him his life.
Yeah, maybe we gave him too much praise there, Jay. As soon as we give him too much, that's what happens. At least the nades coming back in. And for Eternal Fire, their utility usage has actually been very on point. It's actually their flash assist that typically has been very good for them in Republic League. They're second in the entire event for that, but definitely their HEs and incendiary damage has been good so far.
Smokes and flashes set towards Banana that should drive the T-side players away. Eternal Fire having the 2-2 split to the back lines. Buster lining up utility here. His teammates get ahead of that smoke that went out towards the apartments. It just cleared up. XCloud still sitting here over at the pit. YEKINDAR going to be dealt with woxic Orb's kill. XCloud gets a kill back on Flit as the second man out of the gate, so they shut down that apartments pop. Train was in from Jame earlier though, so a 3 versus 3 situation. That means VP still stand at evens.
They've got plenty of options here. They can have a lurk out from B, they can bring the bomb A, they can bring it back over to B. And for Calyx, he's got a difficult time here. He's got a single flash, no teammates on rotation just yet. If Qikert gets this immediate entry, that could be the round over.
Calyx hearing the footsteps, James up close. XANTARES hasn't seen him, and that allows Jame to get a kill. That might throw everything into disarray for the CT side, but Qikert still hasn't checked out Calyx now. He's been spotted, and now both players can converge in on him. Qikert doesn't need the backup, though. Gets that kill, and the bomb can get planted. 4-on-4 with an AK to work with. The execution's coming in right about now, it seems. Qikert leaving nades, AWP faces, and imoRR does find the trade, so there you go. That is the 4v4, and XCloud does win the fight in apartments.
And they're doing work here. And for Eternal Fire, they can start rotating players over. They're bringing that AWP back over towards that long side. And more with the 5-7's going to get in front of the long smoke. Gets one more kill. He is getting traded by Jame.
Oh, talk about smart play from VP. Eternal Fire playing just as smart in amidst the utility that they have here. Jame missing a shot on Calyx next as XCloud turns that AKE to YEKINDAR. It's a double up, and the AWP's got to get thrown away here. Jame cannot allow that to fall in the hands of the CT side. He'll grab the second one as well. Will he throw that away? Will he try save it? I think it might be the latter. Keeping that weapon in for VP as Eternal Fire continue to go blow for blow against Virtus.pro.
They've got to deal with it more. That's another sick round for him. And I enjoy the way that they played that. Yeah, they got spammed down for that first loss in the apartments. They think to themselves, right, we've got Hero AWP set up. We might as well gamble something. Let's three players over. Jame. Oh, we might even...
Big Calyx and Space Soldiers, woxic, and as many teams that he's been a part of. All right on that front. And imoRR's still going to kick things off with a kill, again with the SMG, finding Flit, getting a free AK. Didn't have to take the SMG in from this round. He could have upgraded that to an M4, but opting to know that he can actually win his 15th frag and get a free AK instead. Calyx will follow suit onto YEKINDAR. See, Qikert might not have spotted Buster, but either way, Virtus.pro just clamoring at the seams, hoping to get some sort of trade. Eternal Fire have all the control.
Great nade onto XANTARES, at least a response back, but my goodness, it just seems that imoRR with these SMGs is finding so much impact, so many opening man advantages without even trades coming back. And for VP, there's not really much in for them this round. They need to try and see if one of these individuals can open up some space, get some map control back into the apartments or from brackets, and just try and get a pick. At least that's what Qikert's trying to do on top of the sandbags.
50 seconds to go. Qikert is still hoping that something can come his way. He can find anything on this B side, but so far, so little. Nades onto its position. Missing out, falling a bit short, actually. He hit that wall and flower beds instead. Spraith and XANTARES gets a dink back to return. Still manages to maintain his life at the moment, and Calyx takes to the face, gets his kill in, doubles up. Jame found one trade, but the bomb's been dropped, and it's all to Jame to get the ace. Flashbang in, and he's dead. To the hands of Calyx again.
Flashes, you can't see anything.
Oh, imoRR just blind spray through the smoke again towards mid, opens up this round. And he has really been the element for Eternal Fire. He's been a thorn in the side of Virtus.pro, shutting YEKINDAR down. Only 3 frags deep for him so far in this game. Same thing for Buster. Qikert's even worse at 2. Virtus.pro have struggled here on Inferno. Woxic ready for even more. Seen the head, but Buster finally gets a trade. Finally gets something back for VP.
Yeah, that was a great start to come out from imoRR again. AWP getting slightly overly aggressive without a teammate to peek on the contact. So as soon as they boost up over the half wall, or at least look into that position, there's no way the CTs can work off one another. They will put some more util down and actually rotate a 3rd player over to be, or at least thinking about it.
There's imoRR with a pick back onto Qikert. So 4 versus 3. He doubles up, looking for the triple. In fact, he's not going to get it. Buster finally shuts him down, leaving all the Calyx on the defensive line. They still suspect there might be some sort of playing towards the A side. They haven't seen that bomb just yet, or the majority of the T side forces, and with Flit being taken out here towards short, they still might think so, but Calyx has other ideas as he gets 2 kills, and VP spotted. Now they can adjust towards him. Qikert, Tech9 wins out the fight, and all down to preparation. Finally takes out that top fragger of Eternal Fire. Finally, VP can get a 1-up on the CT side. But will it last? A 5-on-4 with Qikert being low.
Yeah, that one right there, it all just comes down to a matter of timing. That second mid play for YEKINDAR is everything that as soon as he sees even just a pixel or a shoulder, he's a dead man. imoRR's got no chance of finding anything. A 1-for-1 trade at best. And woxic is going for a slight information play out on the left-hand side of short.
Nice set. AK is hoping that for an overextension from Boiler. Nobody's going to give that up here for Eternal Fire, though. The AWP of woxic ready to watch. Flashbang does been forced out, but he re-peeks in. Qikert times that peek entirely wrong. XFlow follows suit on Flit, dished out damage to YEKINDAR as well. 19 points of health. Surely he doesn't last long here. Buster revealing his face. YEKINDAR just trying to bait the player out, but XFlow gets his kill before he burns alive. Instead of 3-on-2, Eternal Fire favored. And Jame tries to find the wrap plays, but now with Calyx creeping up towards that Bernarda position, the bomb's got to be so careful to win this fight, else lose this round entirely. Jame might flank, but Buster's got the AK, and the AK's fallen.
Yeah, Calyx might get caught off by Jame, but the round is pretty much already done. That bomb being dropped at Banana makes things so much more difficult, and Jame's actually going to try and see if he can take the fights. He knows he doesn't have time to go back down to that bomb and pick it up, and unfortunately for Eternal Fire, they're only rotating 1 player in CT spawn.
Leave the other one back over towards Banana, so Jame's got to take the long-range fights, and 5 seconds to the pool. He hasn't even got time to find the first. He's fallen back. A Galil saved into another round. VP letting the timer hurt them again. Tech9 ahead, Calyx waiting with the AUG, and YEKINDAR does check it. XFlow smokes off the Molotov. imoRR held out towards short, was heard jumping off. There are all sorts of blind with these flashbangs here. XFlow knowing the Flit somewhere in the midst of this smoke, can't quite find the flick, and Flit will get his kill in. imoRR also under the wall banks. Qikert wraps over, and indeed they have made this work. This is a bit more like it, VP. 5-on-1. Woxic has got to get forced to save because there's no way he's losing this. At the same time, though, it is round 14. Is it worth it to try play a Hail Mary?
Probably not. Just hold on to that AWP. Don't give anything. Just even for the mentality standpoint, you don't want to get absolutely pumped by an eco. VP are going to go hunting because they realize the importance that could be found if they do drop this AWP. Woxic's going to have a tough time holding on to it.
AK YEKINDAR first thing to take challenge. Making a lot of footstep noises, trying to shoulder bait. Oh, what a shot! Third angle, but no one's facing him here. VP happy to play the mid default.
Yeah, they've got to have a perfect flash. They can't peek into this dry, and, well, that's exactly what happens if you peek into it dry. They try and bait over, get the first player to jump over and peek into it, and it just doesn't happen.
And imoRR follows suit on YEKINDAR as well. 5-on-3. This is falling apart for Virtus.pro once again. You mentioned they couldn't peek dry. They couldn't give these fights to the AWPs. Exactly what they did. Flit does find one entry, but XFlow there for a turnaround. Despite being on 15 points of health, they still can't deal with him here. He can't get the kill back towards the player. Two-man advantage for Eternal Fire to close this one down pretty effectively, it seems.
Yeah, difficult position for VP to work with. And for Buster and Jame, they're just hoping that between one of them, they can start isolating some duels. Notice for Eternal Fire, no one's even out into the open. They're playing it super passive.
30 seconds. Nades available. X-Cloud repositioning to mini pit, and woxic gets the kill on Buster, leaving it all to Jame. Orb up, close footsteps heard. imoRR knows exactly where he is, switching out to the AK. Not like it's going to do much. 10-5 for Eternal Fire. VP, poor form on the T side. They better hope the CT half is better.
And knowing they're going on to the T side, typically, this is where they really start pushing forward. They've put themselves in a grand position.
Yeah, fantastic stuff for VP, or sorry, for Eternal Fire, I should say. VP are just not looking on form at this moment in time. Got a lot of work to do. They want to recover this from the CT half. I hope they took some time in that half-time timeout to just discuss things and go over what's been going wrong, because there have been some poor performances from individual players, and VP are not looking like VP right now. Eternal Fire set with a pistol in towards that banana control to start.
Yeah, got to wonder, too, for Eternal Fire, do they just commit with this? They don't have any map control that comes through from a lurk out to the A side. Pretty much everyone is regrouped in this banana position, and they're going to be running into a stack of 3 CTs on B from VP.
Split smoked off. Will he take forward face? Not with that flashbang keeping him and YEKINDAR blind. YEKINDAR will find the angle and find XANTARES. Needs to win against XANTARES as well, but can't quite do so. Buster in the back line catches XANTARES next. Can't get imoRR though. The trades are fantastic for Eternal Fire, keeping things at evens. But Jame again turns the advantage to VP. Bomb plant should be secured momentarily. They're trying to see if they can bait Eternal Fire in a bit deeper. No smoke to go down to the coffins plant, so woxic got to do it completely open.
Calyx is trying to see if he can defend his teammate. woxic got to swing out wide on the contact. Calyx trying to do the same, see if he can isolate these duels. Does turn into a 1v1. He's on for the 1v3.
E250 in hand, got to land a headshot against Jame. Oh, what a tap and what a round. What a mission from woxic. Will try and make his way back in to join the main T-side force here at the short control. X-Cloud. Ready with the MAC-10. Molotov down. Jame does find the Zeus kill. Okay, that's one good frag. imoRR can turn around, but Flick gets involved here with the CZ, and he doubles up as well towards XANTARES. VP, 4-on-2. Finally looking like a defensive side that could actually work out for them. YEKINDAR spotted Calyx next up, forced to make his way around, and YEKINDAR wins that fight with a CZ. woxic completely flash blinded. YEKINDAR, with the last few bullets of his magazine, will secure them.
It could be an aspect.
4 rounds to go for VP. Guns out for Eternal Fire. Trying to go for a bit more of a heavier handed approach to this banana position. The smokes and incendiaries coming in from both sides. Will put the nades up as well. Trying to ensure that they can't make their way forward. VP doing a pretty decent job at holding this position. Yet to get a kill though. imoRR could give it up, or YEKINDAR's in the midst of this smoke. How much is he going to find? When's he going to clear? He gets 1. He gets 2. Only 2 though. woxic finds a quick trade.
I could just imagine Calyx and imoRR thinking, why is he there? Why is he in that smoke? That just makes absolutely no sense. And that's the opportunity that just catches them off guard. They've even got Jame posted up on CT with the AWP. Oh, he's even pressing forward. The peek from XANTARES is fantastic.
He's going to get this double onto Buster. Swing out. The AK spray is not great for the CT player. Trying to see if he can block it off. Flick's going to provide support, but he lets his teammate go down. 2-on-2. They face together. Pre-fire on X-Cloud does so much damage. And eventually Flick will catch his kill. Qikert will close it out. And VP just... Crossfire locked on the A site. 50 seconds. Bombs up there. 4 players for the execute.
Eternal Fire has still got that lurk from imoRR, so I'm keen to see what he does late round, whether he just puts some util down. He actually manages a pick. That could start being able to frantically rotate the CTs.
You see Flit's gone away from Speedway and we'll back up on the CT cross. Flashes forward, counter smoke. Only one player showing his teeth, and that might enable VP to fall apart on the A-site defense. Jame still holding. Needs to hit this shot, but he can't do it. And Qikert has got it all to do. X-Cloud overwhelms him. And that's wonderfully done there. imoRR, as soon as we criticize him, he gets the all-important kill that throws off the CT line. And Flit and Buster got to fall back to the B site and save.
It was the start, but it was honestly what followed there. Yeah, it's a great kill, and it pulls Flit over. It splits the CTs 2 for 2. That shot for XANTARES is not easy onto the AWP. The XANTARES peak coming through, the AWP dropping, and then even the balcony player of Qikert, he's got a difficult time there. Playing in, getting overwhelmed, just allows so much impact to be found. And hey, Eternal Fire find their 13th with no one going down at all, and no Jame time. No opportunity to save onto that AWP. You got any new stickers, Jay, from the major?
Only the ones that were from the Super. Towards Moto on the long attempt here from Eternal Fire. This standoff could be the one that wins the round here.
It all comes down to who's going to hold the angle for long enough, and woxic actually backs off. James still isn't over-aggressed, and it goes back towards his banana take. They don't know about XANTARES. Oh, my YEKINDAR, he's able to not find anything. Bust up onto the half wall. He's seeing what's going on, forcing those rotations back. They can come down from mid. They can actually drop this bomb if they get in there quick enough from the bottom of banana.
4-on-3, Qikert trying to get back to woxic. He'll catch him. He won't catch the bomb carrier, though. Calyx to reface. XANTARES and XCloud are so low, so it's going to rest on his first contact individual here at Banana to win all the fights. He finds Qikert. Flick gives up the 1v1, but he gets the kill in regardless. And it's a total of 10 points of HP spread across these two players on the B site. Perfect kills in XANTARES in particular. And doming heads in the last handful. Flitz needs to convert onto him, but it's XCloud that gets the kill instead. All on Jame. AWP in hand. Knows where XCloud is going to face towards him. Sees the flick, but XANTARES goes for the peek as well. The AK can't win the fight! And Jame turns the USP to him instead to clutch the round for Virtus.pro.
Oh my goodness, that's got to be one of the best.
Aggression in from Qikert. And again up towards the apartments, and YEKINDAR through the smoke catches imoRR. Another through smoke kill on the pre-fire angles. Looking for Calyx as well. They know that he's there. The smoke will start to clear. He's in a very exposed position. woxic will be able to peek up, get the kill, but Buster there with a very quick response.
Oh, they just keep pressure on, and even Jame could find another pick. Eternal Fire can't catch a break in this round. Anytime they think, right, we're going to get a trade back, we're going to slow it down, we're going to start getting map control, VP just keep pushing.
Oh, XCloud, his head seen for Qikert. Asleep at the wheel, missed out his chance to get the frag back. XCloud can rotate away, try rejoin his teammate. Calyx looking in from main, watching out towards that CT cross. Both players will form up towards the B site here. It's Buster in the back of Dark. 21 HP, needs Flick to provide support, and Qikert will come forward as well. They will catch Buster, smoke that cross. Gonna get in towards Coffins. Blind fire from Qikert will mostly be evaded there, but the T-side line, Calyx going to go for that plant down, and Flitz sees the player in the back instead, gets XCloud, at least secure that bomb plant. Calyx will find the one kill, another 1v3 clutch for him. Shades of the pistol round, this time with AKs and M4s, and AWP to boot. Qikert, up utility. Calyx going to watch out both entryways, held back at the shy. Qikert sees his head and will get the kill, denying the to that one lurk kill back in the B site a handful of rounds ago. That's been it for him so far in the last few rounds. Counter smokes for Buster's gonna burn here at first box. He has no idea. He's aggressive so far forward. YEKINDAR's gonna line up too. Flick gets one as well. And YEKINDAR still bears down upon them from the coffins. Yes, they lost Buster, but the rest of the frags pour in for Virtus.pro. A 4-on-2. An Eternal Fire suppressed behind smokes. The second one goes down towards this entrance, and Qikert creeping up the back lines will ensure that they can't escape. Bomb in CT control. This round is over.
They might die after time, mate. When you've got a sandwich play in from the bottom of banana, as soon as that time expires, they're gonna go. They're gonna go hunting.
3 players setting themselves up as well. Nays to ensure no one's in that cubby corner. Qikert thinking of swinging as well. YEKINDAR makes his moves. XCloud detected. They
now look at where he is.
imoRR again taking so much damage early. Sprays through from Buster, the Molotov, to combine with YEKINDAR. Finding imoRR first and foremost. These two players just bearing down upon the T-side, continuously pressing forward in this angle. They don't get a second kill, but they started off by again taking away the top fragger of the T-side.
James even going to get posted, play it to that left-hand side, and it's dry. They've got so much util, they're not even using it. They're so desperate for a pick. They're just jiggle peeking, they're hoping for an advantage, and it's just not coming at all.
Yeah, I think the word that you used right there correctly was desperate. It feels so desperate from Eternal Fire to find anything in these rounds, and they're just getting pummeled in, killed, nades, damage. To think as well, we saw such a solid start, such an unbelievable start from Eternal Fire, and things have just come to a screeching halt. XANTARES and XCloud will cross past the arches. AK in for Flit and Mini Pit, and XANTARES can't pop his head off his shoulders. AWP, actually M4 for Buster. XCloud finds the trade back in a 3-on-2 scenario. Qikert still sitting in a pit. I don't think he's been spotted just yet. YEKINDAR will try sandwich in XCloud alongside Qikert's peak. He's exposed to one side of the site, and the bomb will make his way in towards short. Qikert can still deny his planter here. Depends on how well they do it. Molotov in. XCloud goes down. woxic finds the trade, and YEKINDAR finds the... Jame with an aggressive face at AWP. He hasn't gone so far as to peek towards Boiler. Will he overextend and find woxic this time? Doesn't seem to be the case.
Oh, the timing. He could even go wider on this angle. This could allow the peek to come through. Oh, he's actually missed it and he gets punished for it.
imoRR with his 23rd frag. Domes the head of the AWP. Jame and YEKINDAR now fall. Those top two fraggers of this CT side. XANTARES finds Flit and VP capitulate with an over-aggressive face on the AWP once again, costing them big time here against the CT side. imoRR's ready for Qikert. Buster's well out of dodge. Qikert can find one trade. Rapping against XANTARES, not aware that he's there towards Arches, and now A-Site's completely opened up.
Just get that bomb down and see if they can crunch in that last player, Buster. Try and get all the weapons out of the hands. And for Buster saving onto this M4, it's going to be a tough ask.
Just to hold on, get a kill against XANTARES, but you can see the hunt coming in from Eternal Fire. They lose a third player, then Buster can call this a successful hold. Indeed, he will find Calyx. Is there any more? No. xCloud and woxic cut their losses. Keep the round under their control. We go 14 apiece. And there's still money to play with here for Virtus.pro. The loss bonus will not enable guys like Qikert. But Jame has 11 grand, so we can drop weapons. We should be seeing the full buy back from the CT side. We might have some reservations about the follow-up buy, though.
Yeah, you probably...
Caught back out towards Banana. And now comes the T execution. xCloud to be the man out of the apartments. imoRR first man onto the site from Shaw. XANTARES to be the lurk player. Is going to try cut off rotations from Buster. Does Flit detect him? Well, woxic doesn't. Kill found. AK ready to peek. Flit just holding back. Does catch him in the shoulder. All important frag. 20 seconds. Smokes missed. Jame gets Calyx back. Now going to rotate in and join his teammates on the A site defensive. imoRR still looks in, but Qikert finds a gap in that smoke. Doesn't see imoRR. He does now. Qikert with two. Looking for the triple. woxic's alone. 6 seconds to plant the bomb. A 1-on-2 scenario. Qikert's just going to wrap. He'll let the plant be secured, but he'll get the round for VP and map points.
Oh, I feel for Eternal Fire there, Jake, because I was keeping my eyes on the radar that whole time, just trying to see what was going on.
3 times he's gone for this peek on the CT side. He's going to go for it, and it's still not successful. He lands a leg shot at least, but it's no kill to open up, and I don't know what they've done here. Flit caught with util in his hand. The nade out. Not doing any damage to XANTARES, of course. And the AWP of Jame needs to land his next face. Okay, imoRR does go down. It's 4-on-4.
Oh, they re-smoke Banana. Time is so low. They're going to have to push through the smoke. The time is just not there. And even YEKINDAR, he's expecting a wrap play for XANTARES from the long angle.
He's very aware of this. It leaves Buster alone to deal with the majority of the 3 players. If XANTARES goes down early, then YEKINDAR can still provide support. But no, the kills pour in for him and Calyx. Easy pickings, Qikert and Jame. 2 remain on the backstab back towards Banana, but it looks like overtime is calling.
Oh, it does. Great picks coming through. XANTARES really delivering with a couple of entry frags. And for Eternal Fire, they're not even looking for fights. They're all playing it so slow and so passive, and that's the way you have to play this 4v2.
Taking extra time to get Jame set back up towards CT. You can see how close XANTARES is to try to deal with him. AWP should be heard and removed. Eternal Fire will hold on to this map up. Jame and Buster, what will they do with it?
It's just a money game, knowing that you've got that opportunity in front of you. XANTARES looking through. Qikert's only giving him a jiggle. Realizes that early information. And for Eternal Fire, looking to retake some of this Banana control. Dealing with YEKINDAR with the entry.
Oh, and Buster misses the flick. That's all important. Calyx clotheslines him out of play, and imoRR will continue to face up. Nades coming in from Flit. Will try to dish out some damage. Calyx will tank all of that in the face. Flit's got to get the kills here. He's got to follow it up somehow. imoRR springing back into life during this OT. Nades back towards the coffin's position. Will again tag Calyx. And then Incendiary to try and deny the bomb plant for the time being, but it will go down to the back of Fountain.
I don't really see a way in here for VP. There's still some util that Eternal Fire can work with, and just seems as if they're going to back off, try and get flat back out from the city spawn, not get spammed through. Not interested. Jame waiting for a lurk play, just keeping that AWP in from the brackets angle. Hold on to your weapons and save.
And no sense in throwing them away, even with a 16k OT. $16 in the board of Eternal Fire as they regain the lead that they fought so hard to find. Couple of close calls and tie-ups, and here in overtime. Kick things off on the right foot. Virtus.pro.
That looks very promising for Eternal Fire.
Forced to work for it. Orb in, shot missed out from Buster again. YEKINDAR falls for it, had to rely on that orb so much, but for the second time in Banana, he's missed the opening kill. And they want to go back for the T-side line. Fitz homing for a second opportunity, a second cracking it in the trades. Smokes will go down to his position. imoRR, shoulder bait, forces him out of position. I think there might be a gap in that smoke, though. I think it might have been body blocked there by the CT side. Just up on top of the flower pots, and Jame does not see anything at all.
Buster's going to have a difficult time playing out from Nubox, and imoRR is so close quarters. Might even just be able to spam through the smoke. Buster needs at least one. It just does not happen at all. Eternal Fire just opening up this B site. Another kill coming through from imoRR. And what has happened? It just seems like he's come alive in OT.
Yeah, he's back. 23 kills at the turn of regulation, now up to 28. XCloud will follow suit on Qikert, leave Jame alone in the 1 versus 5. And it's 17 rounds for the T side. Virtus.pro again on the B site capitulation. They are going to walk past Jame, so they might not be able to get away with the exit frag. Oh no, even he's missing shots. This is not good at all. They're going to hunt him down. Not like it will mean much at this stage. They probably rebuy it. But I hope they don't buy it back on Buster. The 2 crucial shots, better off with a rifle for my money. Next one even gets a TK on the step heard by imoRR and XANTARES. No one's watching. Bracket's position. They're going to line up for YEKINDAR. He turns around that 1 frag. Second player's going to peek together soon. Calyx will be able to overwhelm. Qikert does come up with that 1 frag. Not quite the second. Walks it with an O-scope. Jame with an AWP responsive. Still is sitting in boiler. Looking for that second pick. That's exactly what he gets. Flit will follow suit. And that's a...
Going to get forced away by some of this util. Turn away from the flash. Looking back into the boiler position. Just missing that timing as Jame starts to reposition. If woxic over-aggresses again, Jame's going to be posted. So he's going to be watching that angle for quite a while in this round.
Minute 2 the clock. Shot for Jame. Doesn't connect. A little bit low on his placement. Would have landed a leg shot at best. In the end gets nothing. VP starting to form up. Back towards the banana control. They've got to start moving soon though. 40 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, difficult shot to hit when you've got the flames like that, but you're right with the time. It is running low. It seems as if it is going to be a push back over to B. There could be a quick rotate for the AWP of woxic to get back into CT spawn, help out these B players, and it's going to come down to this early contact. The nades are going to be flying over. VP have got quite a lot of util to work with.
Calyx so ready to shut them all down. Molotov's in, the try drives XANTARES away. I don't think it extends that nade. Placed that a little bit too early. Will dish out some damage. XANTARES is low. He gets away with 1. YEKINDAR with a trade. Calyx held back at a slight gap in that smoke. Keeps his head tucked away. His backup does arrive. Bomb's going to go down though. 7 seconds. Time is too far. Tick for VP and Qikert falls with his back turned away. AWP shot. woxic lands a collateral. And that's going to secure it. 18 to the board of Eternal Fire.
The aggressive duel. Flip might be the first one to fall.
imoRR. And it's going to be Flick. Flick to the adjustment of the AK. Straight down, straight out. Good night, Sweet Prince. That's 1 of 5. And VP, the other 4, set in to the banana control. It's only Calyx to defend, but he's going to smoke out. He's going to suppress.
It all just comes down to the matter of timing now. Try and see if you can slow those Ts. And even for VP, they're thinking about a counteraction. There's a way that they can try and fake some util over at B, scramble in those rotations, and end up going back over to the A side.
40 seconds. Walks in from YEKINDAR. Incendiary's down from imoRR. Perfectly placed to stall. YEKINDAR's going to get forced forward. Try and look for the entry frag on the A site itself. Molotov's in. Flash is going over. Maybe they could catch XCloud. But so far, so little. It's all a ruse. There's a 1 lurk. Smokes back down to the cross and towards the coffins. Counter flashes in. Calyx going to be the lone player to defend. But XANTARES blind fires. Sprays through. imoRR catches YEKINDAR. Calyx does get overwhelmed. VP have a 3-on-4, but the nades are ready. The Incendiary to try to stop the bomb plant. They're going to plant down to the backside. Can they take him down? 6 seconds. Jame just to hold it here and set up the retake for Eternal Fire.
Oh, they're coming in quick. imoRR catches the first player out from Dark. Doesn't know about Buster, who's starting to frag away. The AK only gets 1, and there it is. Eternal Fire getting that retake on 19 on the board. When they were up 12-5, they kind of bottled it to get it all the way to OT, but they get the job done, Jay. What a performance for Eternal Fire.